Now, I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is you scored an own goal. The good news, there's only 2 bits of bad news. You can no longer have children. So, footballs are the only balls you're gonna be playing with, am I right? Doc, please. Okay, you're right, that was dumb. Yo guys, it's your boy Niran here, and you are watching FTW. This of course is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. What's been kicking off in the world this week? Well, UK politics is in disarray again. Fucking again. Can we just have something else happen? Give me a fucking drug scandal, a TV show. I'll take a civil war at this point. Parties were being seen in London far earlier than they should have been. And I'm not talking about Thomas, because an investigation into whether number 10 Downing Street broke lockdown rules by holding a party last year is underway. Why is this necessary? It's not alleged, you were there. This doesn't happen in other sectors. Listen, were you here working yesterday at 3 PM? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we can be so sure. There's CCTV footage of me making a sandwich. So, yep, write this one down, Jefferson. We're gonna need an investigation here. The fact of the matter is, the leaders of this country have once again crossed the line, and that's just what they were doing in the bathroom. Goodness me, I say. On to the football though now, and Philippe Coutinho returned to the Premier League in style, scoring as a substitute in Aston Villa's 2-2 draw against Man United.
He went to Barca, he won the league in Spain, he went to Munich, he did the same again, he's fucking magic, and don't you fucking know, his name's Philippe Coutinho.
This is actually incredible. Have I been transported back to 2015, or we've got a clip here of Philippe's post-match interview.
For all the fans of Liverpool, vamos, Man United, get out!
The only thing this United squad is pressing is their own fans' buttons, as the Red Devils squandered a 2-goal lead in this one. They were even gifted the lead through an Emi Martinez mistake. Instead of thrusting your balls, how about you catch one, mate? Late on in the game, and Sky accidentally cut to an ad break before the full-time whistle, just as the tension rises. The final kick of the game. Buy now the new Renault Twingo today. 3 easy installments of £9,999, 83% APR, variable batteries not included. You've probably done United fans a favour, to be honest. The new Renault Twingo can defend better than them. Sky didn't want to show the game, and Anthony Martial didn't want to play in it. According to Ralph Rangnick, he refused to be a part of the squad for this game. Those 0 minutes must just really be getting to him physically. Regardless, United did at least recover with a 3-1 win over Brentford, though Cristiano Ronaldo was hooked early on in this one and didn't look impressed on the bench. He's 2 more games away from taking over as manager again. Look, at least his mini team is winning on the training ground. It also signifies Paul Pogba being back in training. Can't wait to see Ralph's reaction when he's completed 3 presses in 4 games. Luke Shaw doesn't look as if he's forgiven Ron for the removal of jam tarts off the menu. And Donny van der Beek's just happy to be getting some minutes in, really. Elsewhere, and there's the news that former AFTV regular DT will serve 3 years in prison after stalking his ex-partner, emotionally and physically abusing them, assaulting their new partner, and allegedly trying to kidnap her. It's absolutely fucking mental.
Fucking hell, Robbie! When is it gonna end?
A man said DT stands for doing time. I can't be bothered. Yeah, on a level, this one is absolutely wild. I can't lie. AFTV made a statement as they were unaware, having last had him on the channel for the City game. All of that forehead, and he still didn't think this idea through. He's turned up ready for HMP Belmarsh away. You know what, honestly, I think he wore this Arsenal top for his mugshot to try and get some sort of sympathy from the judge. Your Honour, this man is an Arsenal fan. Do you not think he's already had it bad enough? Sir, I am a Tottenham fan. Yeah, double this nutcase's sentence. Now, I hope you understand that I understand the severity of this situation. And I hope you get that I'm making jokes to sort of, I don't know, just lighten any situation somehow. It's just what I do. How else am I going to deal with hating myself? But there are some useful and helpful links down in the description for if you know somebody who happens to be a victim or is going through similar things as to what were discussed in that story. All right, now, next up in the show is our African Cup of Nations roundup for the week. Now, the group stages of this tournament are coming to a close, and they've created some wild storylines. Ghana are out already after a dramatic 3-2 loss to Minnows Comoros.
Comoros lead again! Absolutely astonishing!
There's genuinely people who thought Comoros was a mid-afternoon Spanish meal, or a musical instrument from Venezuela. Now, Ghana aren't the same level as the days of the great Asamoah Gyan, but they've been knocked out by a nation with the population of Birmingham. You've lost to Gabby Agbonlahor. You've lost to TGF Bros. Now, my favourite thing about Comoros, football-wise, is that they used to use, like, fake football kits, as in so fake that they had both Adidas and Umbro on the shirt. The goalkeeper kit is made by Kappa. What kit supplier deal have you got going on here? The main source of income for this country is fishing. These are actual fishermen, but they're fishermen with heart, and this is the most historic moment in their footballing careers. Jordan Ayew's done with it all. He just wants a night out at Fabric. His brother Andre's red card was harsh in this one. They may well have won had it not been for going down to 10 men. We've got leaked footage of Ghana's manager in his post-match interview.
Let me tell you something.
Now, there was wild stuff for the Ivory Coast, who were 2-1 up against Sierra Leone until the 90th minute when this happened. Now, not only did it gift Sierra Leone an equaliser, but the goalkeeper picked up a knee injury in the process. I hope he's alright, because he's had a pretty difficult week personally. And Captain Serge Aurier ended up going in between the sticks to replace him. Tottenham, if you're watching, re-signed the lad, backup goalkeeper. At the other end, and Sebastian Haller capitalised on Sierra Leone's goalkeeper just vacating his goal. In fairness, he did make a penalty save in this one too, and these scenes back in the homeland prove why international football is so important. I don't know about you, but this looks like a work event to me. In the same game, when one of their defenders seemingly forgot to remove the tag from his Under Armour. The guy bought this from TK Maxx before kickoff. Another shot came as Equatorial Guinea ended Algeria's 35-game unbeaten record, and our host commentator was pretty pleased by the victory. This, I think, is one of the main reasons why I love African Cup of Nations. It's such a leveler, more than really any other tournament, I feel. Like, you got people who are stars in Europe playing for the best teams in the world, getting humbled by players from the second division of Greek football. Plus, there's complete chaos, like at the end of Ghana's game against Gabon.
Another big right hand. He's in desperate trouble in there.
At Mauritania, and if you don't know a man's surname, then, well, just guess. A steward in Guinea's most recent game wasn't having the best of times. Meanwhile, Malawi won only their second ever AFCON game versus Zimbabwe. It was a wholesome result, and there was wholesome stuff at the end of the game too, as they cleaned up after themselves, clearing the entire dressing room for the staff at the stadium. Back in England, and there's yet more game postponement drama, as Arsenal's COVID situation saw the North London derby against Spurs move. But I thought everybody had to play their under-12s like they told us all to do. What? To be fair, look, one more injury and they're playing Mikel Arteta in the centre. Eric Dyer didn't seem too impressed. How are Tottenham complaining after making Ren take a business trip only to cancel on them on arrival? Did they even have their expenses covered for that trip? This came after Arsenal drew the first leg of their EFL Cup semi-final despite going down to 10 men against Liverpool. We're dead food without the AFCON absentees, just gonna put that out there. But at least we're not as foolish as Granit Xhaka, who was sent off for a challenge on Diogo Jota. Xhaka? Red? Nah.
I am a person that believes in second chances. I think America is the land of second chances. Except for when it comes to this dude, Mr. Jabba the Hutt, you fat, slovenly, no good, lazy.
Liverpool really did struggle to break down Arsenal, though. That's testament to the Gunners. James Milner played once again, and he had more bus passes than completed passes. We did have a golden opportunity with Takumi Minamino, but he blazed over with the goal at his mercy. At least Ben White saw the funny side of it, even if I didn't. And as I'm literally recording this video, Tottenham have completed one of the most unlikely comebacks of the season. Having been 2-1 down with 12 seconds to go, they managed to beat Leicester 3-2.
Is he going to win the game? He is! Stephen Bergwijn! I don't believe it!
Get this man a job at Buxton. Shouts to Bergwijn, who was the hero of the hour here. Not only for scoring 2 goals in the final 2 minutes, but also for getting this Leicester fan riled up after the equaliser, only to shut him down again with the eventual winner. Burnley are once again not playing due to match postponements. Not all of them have been their fault, in fairness, but they've now played 5 games less than some of the other teams in the league. We've got live scenes of Visa on YouTube after they win the first of their 27 games in hand.
Second half of the season, we're doing a title charge.
Yeah! I can't wait to see Sean Dyche in midfield when they break NATO work rules for playing 14 games in one day. They're meant to be playing Arsenal. Like, there's no way that's happening. It's just getting a little bit out of control. Now, reports suggesting both sides have applied to have the game postponed here because, quote, it's a little bit chilly. Now, Carve, it is cold, don't get me wrong. At Brighton, and there were some beautiful limbs from the Crystal Palace away supporters. We discovered a direct comparison between food at UK football matches versus ones in America. I'm trying to avoid diabetes, so I'm gonna go with the UK one here. After all this, am I the patriot? Meanwhile, Eric Lamela won the Puskás Award for his Rabona goal in the North London derby last season. We can see Sergio Reguilon showing his support from the crowd. And at those FIFA awards, and the team of 2021 was announced in this extremely traditional 3-3-4 formation. We got Ralf Rangnick already taking notes. Meanwhile, Alaba's got to casually mark 4 people at the same time. Edouard Mendy missed out on being in the team despite winning the Goalkeeper of the Year award. And Mo Salah was in the top 3 forwards overall, but then wasn't in a team with 4 forwards in it. And he's missed out to... What the fucking hell's happening? This is simple maths. This is simple equations. Here's Ronaldo walking into the team after successfully completing 25 SUs. He won a separate special award, actually, for his achievements in the international game this year, and said that he was still hungry for more in the game of football. It's alright, Ron. Marcus Rashford's on the way. Robert Lewandowski celebrated his various accolades by putting his daughter's hair in a vacuum cleaner. This is why you don't win the Ballon d'Or, bro. Meanwhile, over at the women's team, and despite Barcelona winning the Champions League and winning it pretty comfortably, not a single one of their players featured in the women's best team. Not even Alexia Putellas, who of course won the best women's player award. FIFA really looked at how the men's team is doing and just said they're dragging down the women's side as well. Speaking of which, Barca played Real Madrid in an El Clasico Super Cup semi-final, and they lost 3-2 in a thriller of a game. Ronaldinho used to score in this fixture. Now it's Luke de Jong. Does Ronaldinho even know who Luke de Jong is? A Spanish game being played in Saudi Arabia needs to be nulled and voided anyway. 17-year-old Gavi posted this violation at Toni Kroos on his Instagram story. You can't be getting sat down by a kid still doing A-levels. But the biggest bio came from Fede Valverde, celebrating like Lionel Messi did against Real that time, and getting a sue from the crowd as well.
Danger area, but Dembele got it back on target.
And in the final, Real Madrid beat Athletic Club to raise Spanish silverware. Iñaki Williams comforted younger brother Nico at full time. To be honest, it's crazy both of them playing at such a high level, especially after the story of their mum basically walking to Spain from where they were in Africa in order to give them a new life as an immigrant. She must be extremely proud of them until they get home and she slaps them with a shoe for losing the game. But elsewhere in Spain, there were crazy scenes between Sevilla and Real Betis after Sevilla's Joan Jordan was struck by an object coming from the crowd. Now, he went down and the referee then removed the object from the field of play, but Real Betis then accused Sevilla's manager, Lopetegui, of trying to get his player to stay down and make the most of it. Betis players even made a joke about it coming back onto the pitch.
Y la verdad que hemos vivido un partido bastante intenso, un bonito derbi.
Sevilla have also made a new signing this week. Corona is here. I mean, you're telling me I've known that for 2 years. Over in France, and as the inspirational story of PSG's Nadia Nadim, who was just 11 years old when she fled Afghanistan for Denmark after the loss of her father. Since then, she's played for Denmark almost 100 times, scored 200 career goals, speaks 11 languages, and now she's a qualified doctor. Just remember, kids, if you can't do something, it's okay, because Nadia Nadim can probably do it. In Italy, Maurizio Sarri was KO'd on the touchline for Lazio. In Germany, and Köln scored a late goal to take a cup game against Hamburg to penalties, only for their final penalty, which would have kept them in the shootout, to be labelled as illegal by the referee because the taker slipped and kicked the ball technically with both of his feet at the same time. And Germany's also the home to one of our goals of the week. Yes, there's more than one again. And what? Where Manuel Ferré scored this goal for Borussia Dortmund's B team in the final minute of their most recent fixture. Realistically, the other one would have been Ashraf Hakimi's free kick from Morocco, but copyright. So instead, we're going to Saudi Arabia again for this absolutely mental volley. Over in the Netherlands, and in a game between FC Twente and Heerenveen, Heerenveen's goalkeeper's probably not going to want to watch this goal back.
I wouldn't even let him on the bus after the match.
In Scotland, and after being sent off for Rangers, Ryan Kent was waved off the pitch by former Celtic midfielder Scott Brown. It's a shithousery award for one of the best houses in football. And over in Qatar, there was scary stuff as Ousmane Koulibaly suffered a cardiac arrest during a league game there. Colombian star James Rodriguez was one of the people to help save his life by correcting his head placement as he lay stricken on the floor. Koulibaly is now thankfully recovering in hospital, but crazy scenes there. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Closer to home, and Man City trying to be better for the environment with their campaign No Plastic Fans. Over at QPR, and the opposition want the ball back. If in doubt, just get it out of there. Exeter's Giovanni Brown probably had a better skill move in mind when he thought of this concept. Meanwhile, we probably got the weirdest interview ever conducted from Aldershot's manager.
Mark, FA Trophy tie at home against Bromley this weekend. What's your thoughts ahead of the game?
If a tree falls and no one is there to hear it fall, does it make a noise? So, does a penguin get cold? Now, these are questions which are going to be asked of us. Sam's had a lovely haircut. It's started to grow out now. Coops is here, working silently away. Robbie's over there. It's the first time he's been quiet today.
Over in Mexico, and Monterrey used the now infamous Puma third kits. Striker Rogelio Funes Mori had a bit of difficulty working out where to kiss the badge. Staying in Mexico, and Guadalajara conceded this ridiculous own goal against Pachuca. Just sack the ground staff immediately, fam. Look, listen, I'm sorry, I'm trying my hardest here. Over in Turkey, in this game between Gaziantep and Yeni had to be suspended because of the sheer amount of snow on the pitch. Players were having to clear the penalty spot themselves, moving the snow away. In Tanzania, and when your luck's out as a goalkeeper, your luck is well and truly out. Look, this groundsman again. How could I have been in Tanzania and Mexico at the same time? Now, we've seen many a different type of free kick routine in FTW, but how about faking that you're about to have a scrap? Over in Brazil at Santos, and judging by his mates' reactions, I think it's fair to say this man may well have let one rip. We've got perhaps the worst tackle in human history next up. Meanwhile, it's been a fun career for this defender in Jamaica, but it's time to give it all up. Now though, it's time for still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. Warrington faced off against Marine this week, and I think Warrington's goalkeeper really knew how to get on the nerves of the opposition fans here.
Fuck off, you knobheads! No work anymore, man. Just trying to take the piss. Fucking prick.
It's still 0-0, but it won't stop me from giving him a shithousery award here. On to the weird stuff though now. Over in Russia, and CSKA Moscow provided perhaps the most questionable transfer announcement of the season, presenting Turkish midfielder Yusuf Yazici by pretending to message him on Instagram. The Turkish international ignored them up until the point that CSKA Moscow told him there were a lot of Natashas, which is a slang word for prostitutes, in the country, at which point he agreed to join. I don't know really about that one, lads, to be honest. There's been the discovery of a Peruvian footballer with the name Osama Bin Laden. That's not kosher. Hang on a second. I've just Googled this. His brother's called Saddam Hussein. What's going on at this family? Over in Belgium, and our favourite unpronounceable league leaders, Royal Union Son, had their most recent league game suspended at half-time whilst 2-0 up due to a ridiculous amount of fog. They then agreed to play out the second 45 minutes a few days later on its own. So they started the second half on a different day, 2 goals to the good and up against 10 men because their opposition had had a man sent off in the first half a few days before. And finally, a feel-good story in England, where at a kids' game, a referee spotted that one of the children playing was a little bit cold at the time. So he decided to do a good deed for the day and gave away his gloves to the kid to play the game in. They were probably an oversized fit, to say the least. A small but kind gesture to end FTW on this week. That, though, is gonna wrap up today's video, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.